Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Beatrice. If this is your first time seeing my YouTube channel, thank you so much for stopping by. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support so far. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draft and cut a male trouser. If this is what you're interested in, please keep on watching to the end. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Please just help me to subscribe so I can grow my YouTube channel. So let's get right started. Here are the few materials I used for this project. I have this black plain fabric here, this cotton fabric, my tape rule, my ruler, my scissors, my chalk and my curve rule. So let's start drafting this trouser together. To start drafting this trouser, I folded my fabric into two like so, and then I just pinned the sides down just to hold it down. Then from the top, I marked my starting line like so. That first line is my starting line. Then I came down by half of an inch all the way to the other side, and I drew a straight line across. So that half inch is to join the trouser to the waistband. So from this second line, this particular line down here, I'm just going to place my tape to start from that second line, minusing 1.5 inches. That 1.5 inches is the width of my waistband. So I'm just going to place my tape there and then place my tape vertically and mark my waist to knee line and draw a straight line across to the other side. Then I'm going to place my tape from that starting line, minusing 1.5 inches just like so. And then I'm going to place my tape vertically all the way down. I now marked my trouser length, which was 33, and I also marked my 1.5 inches for hemming allowance, and I drew the lines. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to calculate my crouch measurement. So there are different ways to get your crouch measurement. You can either measure this on your body, but in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to do that. So you're just simply going to divide your waist into 4 like so. And then my waist measurement divided by 4 is 7.8 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is from that second line, I'm going to place my tape vertically and mark my um crouch line like so. But guys, I made a mistake. I was supposed to have placed on that starting line minus 1.5 inches. So just correct yours. I later corrected mine later. So when you mark your waist measurement divided by 4, you're going to mark 1.5 inches addition and draw a straight line across. So I'm going to repeat myself again about the crown measurement. Just divide your waist measurement by 4, add 1 inch to it or 1.5 inches to it and mark it. So don't forget to mark minus your 1.5 inches when marking it out. So right here, I'm labeling my crouch line, my knee line, and also my hem line. My hem line is the last line down, and the upper line is my waistline. So guys, I was supposed to have explained this process earlier. To know the amount of fabric to put on fold so you won't waste fabric, you're going to divide your lap measurement into 2, and then you mark it right there, and then you add extra 3 to 4 inches. That's just how to get the amount of fabric to put on fold. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to divide my hip measurement, and the hip measurement for this client is 35.5. I'm going to divide that into 4 just like I'm doing right here. After dividing my hip measurement into 4, I'm just going to place it on my crouch line across like so and mark it out right there. I'll repeat the same process on my waistline. Just place your measurement on that waistline and mark it. And then I'm going to add 1.5 inch stitching allowance. I'm also going to add that same 1.5 inch stitching allowance on my waistline. So this 1.5 inch stitching allowance is what I'm going to use to join the trouser at the front and also the sides like so. Then from that waistline, I'm just going to go inward by half of an inch from that folded area. Then I'm going to divide my waist measurement into 4 and mark it out across like so. Then from that mark point, I'm just going to mark out 1.5 inch stitching allowance like so. Then from that point, I'm going to use my straight rule to connect it to the crouch line, just like I'm doing right here. Then from that crouch line, I'm just going to go inward by half of an inch and just mark it out right there like so. Then from my crouch line across, from this crouch line to that half-inch mark line, I'm just going to divide what is there into four. And then when I divide that into four, I'm going to have 2.5 inches, which is what I'm going to use for my crouch extension. Then from this point, I'm just going to mark out that 2.5 inches like so. So from the midpoint of that line, I'm just going to go outward by 1 inch, just like I'm doing right here. I'll mark it out. I'll just use my curve rule or my free hand to just draw a curved line like so. Placing my tape from that crouch line to that half-inch inward I mark from the side, I'm just going to get the midpoint of those 2 points, and then I'm just going to mark it out right there. And the midpoint of those 2 points is 6.2 inches. Then coming down to my knee line, I'm just going to mark that 6.2 inches from that folded area like so. I'm going to do the same thing on my hemline. I'll just do that and just mark it out. I'll use my straight rule and connect the lines together. The reason why I marked out this midline was just to get the midpoint of this trouser. It's just going to help me to get accurate measurements when I'm marking it horizontally. After drawing the straight line like so, the next thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to divide my knee round into two, and the knee round for this client is 15 inches. But I'm going to add 1 inch to that 15 inches for stitching allowance that I'm going to stitch by the sides. So I'm just going to divide 16 inches into two like so. 16 into 2 is 8. I'm going to still divide that 8 into 2 because I'm sharing the measurement from that center line. And then 8 divided by 2 is 4 inches. I'm going to mark it out right there. Then I'll mark the other 4 inches at the other sides. So in total, what we have from this point to this point is 8 inches. Then on the hemline, I'm going to divide my ankle round by 2, and the ankle round of this client is 14 inches, but I'm going to add 1 inch to that 14 inches, making it 15 for stitching allowance. Then I'm going to divide that 15 into 2 like so. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. I'm going to divide that 7.5 into 2 again. Then from that center line, I'll share the measurement across like so. The same way I did for the knee line. Just share the measurement. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'll use my ruler and connect those points. After connecting the points, then just after that half-inch stitching allowance at the top around the waist area, I'm going to come down by half of an inch. Then I'll use my straight rule to connect a slant line to the sides like so. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want my trouser to sit properly on my waist. That's just the reason why I'm doing this. So I'm labeling this part as my front piece of the trouser. Then I'm going to use my scissors and cut the front part. After cutting the front part of the trouser, I folded another fabric into two like so, but this time around the folded fabric is larger in width than the front piece. So I placed my front piece on top of my back fabric. So the remaining part is going to be my crotch extension for the back. So I'm just going to draw a straight line across like so. So from the middle point of this trouser, I'm just going to go upward just after that front piece by 1.5 inches like so. I'm just going to use my ruler to extend it upward like so. Then I'm going to take my ruler and connect from that point to the side of the trouser, just like I'm doing right here. Then from the center point of my front trouser, I'm going to go outward on the back piece by 2 inches. I'm doing this because I want to have enough space for the butt to sit, and also I'm going to be holding that at the back part of the trouser. I'll mark 2 inches also towards the curved area. Then I'm going to use my straight through and connect it. Then I'll use my free hand to connect around the curved area like so. Then at the down part of the trouser, I'm going to go outward by 2 inches all the way to the hem of the trouser. I'll just go out by 2 inches on the back piece, and then I'll use my straight through to connect the lines all the way to the down part. After connecting the lines to the hem of the trouser for the back part, this is what I have. So I have the front piece and the back piece. So I'm going to cut this out right now. So at this point, the trouser that I've cut is ready, both the front and the back piece. So I'm just going to set it aside and show you the other pieces that I cut out. I also cut out other pieces of the trouser. So the one right here is a zip flap. I cut 2 pieces of it, and then the width of this zip flap is 2.5 inches wide and then 8 inches long. So I just curved it at the down part like so. For the waistband, I divided my client's waist circumference into two. That is 31.5 into 2. And what I have there is 15.5 or something thereabout. Then I added 7 extra inches allowance for folding the flap in the front and other excesses. So I cut out 2 pieces of this waistband. So I cut out 2 pocket pieces right here, and then I cut it on fold. I placed the 2 of those pockets on top of each other, and the width of the pocket on fold is 7.5, and then the length of the pocket is 12 inches. Sorry, I didn't illustrate it properly while showing you this. So I used my chalk to make a curve around that area like so, with the 2 pockets on top of each other. Then I cut it out. My 2 pocket pieces are ready already, as you can see right here. I have my waistband, my zipper flap, and also my trouser pieces. So you're just going to weave the edges before stitching it down. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. If at this point you've watched this video to this extent and you've not hit the like and subscribe button, please hit the like and subscribe button. Help me to grow my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support. If you want the sewing tutorial of this video, please indicate in the comment section. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.